Great. All right, we recording, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, bet.
Sweet.
I was just making sure.
Well,
Droga esse beat.
welcome. We are back. I think we're gonna go with episode 7. Episode 7, TK Talks. You know, you can subscribe on YouTube. So it's capital T, capital K, dash, capital TALKS, TK Talks. It's Kyvan Gatson. You can follow me, Gatson Strong, on any of the social medias. Oh, I just got Threads. Have you caught up yet?
Bro, I haven't got Threads. And you know why I haven't got Threads, though? Listen, I heard if you have Threads and you want to delete it, it makes you delete your whole account.
Like
your whole Instagram account. So I said, no, because one day I might want to delete Threads and I don't want to delete my IG account.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah.
Well,
Dang,
I'm
but
in
continue with your introduction, my boy. I ain't want to
how
steal the
you-
limelight.
Hey, I like how you just like you waited patiently. You know, I just was like, oh, Threads, yeah, let's just get it. So, well, anyways, we are here. We got a special guest in the house, but before that, who's the other host?
Todd Small, you can
Not
follow
co-host,
me.
just so we're correct. Because this is our whole conundrum. Because Todd likes to say that he is the host of TK Talks, but I think he's a co-host along with myself.
We're
like
okay.
Two hosts.
Okay, co-host.
Like
yeah.
by host.
Okay, co-host. Like if someone were to ask me, I would say you're a host. I'm a host. And this intro getting long. But anyways, you can follow me on Twitter at tsmall28, and then Instagram is Todd_small28. And like you said, subscribe to TK-Talks. The TK is capitalized. But we got a very special guest. We very super excited. This has been in the works for a minute, and we finally are here.
We're here.
We got Marcus Coleman today.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. Excited to do this podcast. Yeah,
Heck
we've been talking about it for a little bit. So.
Yes, sir. Yep. Yes, sir.
Man, so like I'm just gonna run through like a brief description of Marcus's like resume. 3-time Iowa High School state champ in the 3A class, so not 2A, not 1A, 3A.
The big boys.
At Ames High School, comes on, goes to Iowa State, 2-time All American, and then U.S. Open silver medalist.
Yep.
Now assistant coach at Davidson Wrestling in North Carolina. So we'll be starting there. So he's gonna actually be packing up and moving here soon. So how do you feel about that, man?
Man, I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I've lived in Iowa my whole life, so packing up all my stuff, leaving some friends and family behind, makes me a little bit sad, but it's super exciting. I'm super blessed for the opportunity, to become a college coach, which has been a goal for me for a really long time. So
Heck yeah.
I'm excited. Yeah.
That is. So what was it when you got the opportunity to, like especially coach with someone like Nate, who obviously has like the background with Iowa State and all those connections, like was that kind of like a no-brainer?
Yeah, because me and Nate have had a relationship for a while. I'm
Right.
close to David, been teammates with David for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
So we already had a relationship. So when I went on that visit, it was
Right.
just automatically seemed like a good fit.
Right,
So,
yeah. And for y'all who don't know, his mom is actually the director of ops. So if you ask me, I feel like it was the perfect fit for real.
Yeah.
So
like
yeah,
what
100%.
like you guys might be like the first mother-son duo probably in Division One, like college wrestling,
Yeah,
like
someone brought that up to me not that long ago, so I think that might be true. I guess we're gonna have to dig into it a little bit deeper,
That
but
is
I'm pretty
true.
sure that's correct.
I didn't even think about it
which is
like
crazy
that.
to think about, but yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah, like that's gonna be exciting because you have father sons, right?
Yeah,
All the
yeah,
time.
no,
Like,
for sure.
Like things are gonna probably
For sure.
like because of like women's wrestling getting sanctioned in the state of Iowa. Like things are gonna start opportunities. I believe are gonna start growing for women in the sport of wrestling, which has been needed and has been needed. So that's exciting to see. So give us a little bit of background about like how you got started in wrestling, and when did you like really like fall in love with it?
Yeah, so I first started wrestling so I grew up in Waterloo, so I was 10 years old, and then like there's kind of like a 100-year flood. I don't know if you remember that big flood in Waterloo.
Yeah, because we
And it was like in '09, I want to say, and I moved to Ames, and my uncle Carson Andorf was assistant coach for Ames High. You know, he wrestled at Wartburg, just big into wrestling, and he started taking me to a few practices, did like a few tournaments. I didn't love it right away. I'm not gonna lie. I took a couple L's, so at first it was kind of shaky, and then as the years gone on, he kind of just worked with me, and I just kept on progressing in the sport. And then by the time I was probably 8th grade, I think I started to take it really serious. You know, started having success, medaled at like the AAU stuff or whatever. Yeah. Then, you know, got into high school, freshman year. Did pretty decent. I was 145, so I was a bigger weight class, you know, wrestling, you know, some older guys, qualified for state, and that was pretty good. And then sophomore year, I won state, and then from that on, I kind of just kept on progressing and getting better. So, yeah, I definitely say once I got in high school, I kind of really started taking the sport seriously and really fell in love with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you graduated high school in what year?
2017.
Okay, so you got there in 2014. So what was that like? What was like the 2014? What you know, what was your like situation like training wise? Like were you only in like a kids club associated with the school? Like what was that like?
Like my freshman year?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I also, Dwight Hinson has a club, Central Iowa Wrestling Club, or Team Intensity. Yeah. So I trained there through middle school and high school too. So there'd be some kids around the state I'd kind of work out with, and then a lot of times it'd just be my uncle and a few kids from the team. But yeah.
I didn't know Dwight's like gym was like a lot of people went there until we had it was like the year after COVID, the summer after COVID. Remember we were training there, and I didn't even know like Dwight had a gym. Like I knew who Dwight was. Like came around and talked to him a lot, but I didn't know he had a gym and like had a little club. Like that's dope.
It's been running for a while too.
Yeah, Sinjin was telling me he was in there, and that's dope.
No, that Dwight's had his hands involved in I think a lot of good kids in this.
In the area.
Central Iowa.
Oh, for sure.
Yep. Because Dwight was what, 3-time All American?
Well, don't disrespect it.
Four
in finals, right?
Dwight, if you watching this, my bad.
I think he made the finals once.
Once?
I believe so. I could be wrong on that.
We're gonna have to do.
We're gonna have to do some digging.
But he's a 4-time conference champ too. So Big 8, Big 12, 4-time conference champ.
No, Dwight was like that.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know that. Like I knew he wrestled, and I knew he was a police officer, and then like I started talking to him more. He was talking about like his accolades. I'm like, bro, you acting like you some normal dude. Like, bro, you like nasty, bro, for real. Like,
Nah, he had wins over like
he was
all those guys. You know, Eric Guerrero, like
Oh, from Okie State.
Yeah,
he was nasty too.
It was nice. Oklahoma product.
Yeah, from Oklahoma.
Yeah. Dwight got down. Mm-hmm. Now he has a son, Jabari. So like so when you were in high school and you were like obviously involved like in your club situation, did you ever like get to link up with like, you know, Jabari and stuff like that and like?
Yeah, I've known Jabari since he's been like 4, wrestling on the mats, just going to the club in middle school. So it's been cool to see him kind of come into his own. You know, he made the finals last year, but yeah, I got to see him. Or he was just at practice every time I was since he was young. Yeah,
it's always wild, I guess, for me now. It's seeing like, so like for example, like my college coach was Kevin Jackson, right? And then now like seeing his kids and everyone's grown up, right? Like, and it's just like, oh, that's not the kid that I babysat, you know? Like, and it's just amazing. I'm just like watching everybody like grow up and develop.
Makes you feel old, huh?
Yeah.
Like there's dudes already in high school.
Yeah. And then like, I know it's weird for me, or not weird, but it's like, it's cool for me because people that I was around when I was 2 or 3, when my dad was coaching at Eastern Michigan, they're like, oh, like Kyvan's like, he's 30 now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm grown.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, so
Wait. So what year were you a freshman again?
I was a freshman
2010.
2010. Yeah.
Okay. And you got here in 2009, 2010 area?
Yeah, I want to say
Yeah.
2008 or 2009.
Okay. So you kind of got to see like his like progression too then.
Yeah.
Like through the okay.
Yeah.
That's
Definitely watched him a lot in college.
I was gonna say
going to
yeah.
duels, yeah.
That was probably pretty dope to have, especially because I feel like around that time, and maybe I'm wrong, but I know for me in Georgia, right, there wasn't like too many minorities in the sport, right, and like. So I think it would have been pretty cool to like, especially like if you was in Georgia and you were right there with me in the same town, it would have been really cool to like see you just like progress. And like I watched you obviously like in NCAAs and stuff like that, but like being able to be like, all right, this dude's in Ames and like he's training, he's doing all the same stuff and like I can do this too. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of thing. So I think that's pretty dope though that y'all was both like there at the same time. That was kind of
And I went to like Iowa State camps when I was little and stuff too. So
yeah. Okay.
I must be like, oh, like I remember him. I remember he was running around in diapers. Yo, chill. So unnecessary. I like unnecessary. It's funny because like we were obviously talking about unnecessary comments right before this started.
Right, yeah, we were.
But like, hey, people at home, like, if you don't have anything kind to say to your favorite wrestler, no, like. Keep it to yourself. It's okay to do that. It's okay to not say anything. We don't have to fill the dead space with a comment, you know? But Marcus, so like why, I guess, did you choose to be a multi-sport athlete? Because you were football, track, wrestling.
Oh, that's right.
Did you do baseball?
No, it's just how I grew up. Like my mom put me in everything. So when like I first started, it was football, basketball, and track.
Okay.
And I don't know, I just always knew like growing up, like that's just what I did. I played a bunch of different sports.
Yeah.
And I think ultimately that helped me out just with like athleticism and also like just taking a break from wrestling. Like I never fully did wrestling like all through. Like I'd take a break and play football, you know, and I think it was like a good refresher to, you know, make me be like, oh, it's wrestling season. Like I'm pumped up instead of, all right, I wrestled all these tournaments this summer and this fall, and you know.
Now you burnt out.
Yeah. And then I think that helped me out in college, you know, because I wasn't doing that, and now I was, you know. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get a lot better at wrestling because I'm doing it year round.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I'm focused on. First, I took football seriously, and when I was younger, even track seriously too. So my time was kind of split up. So
yeah, no, that's that definitely would help with some athletic ability.
Yeah, that's
track, football, wrestling. That's
Yeah, you're
that's
just moving every part of your body, right?
Like, working different things, you know.
And then wrestling probably got you better in football. Then you got the speed and agility with the track. Yeah, that's
What were your events in track?
So when I was younger, track was actually my number one sport. I was cold at high jump. I got like 6 at nationals or something like that when I was a little kid.
Really?
So at first it was all track. Like I was just 100% track, and then I started seeing some success with wrestling, and then as I got older, I got better, so I chose wrestling.
High jump. You're doing the flop.
And you kind of got to be tall and skinny for high jump.
Yeah.
I wasn't really had the build or the ups once I got older.
You were long though. You always been like kind of like long. Like,
yeah.
Longer like build like, or like at least long arms, long legs. Man, so like you was track and then football.
Yeah.
So what was your position in football?
So football, I kind of moved around through the years. Kind of like a safety usually. I was like safety or linebacker, kind of bounce back and forth from them too. Okay. So senior year, I was middle linebacker but for most of my career, I was kind of safety.
Okay.
Oh, so you was
I did a little everything on the D. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Did you ever like entertain possibly doing both sports in college, or like going anywhere else and like pursuing both sports, or when did you know like, okay, I'm gonna go all in on the rest of all the eggs in the wrestling basket?
Pretty like I'd say like after I won state, my mind kind of flipped from all right, like I could be really good at wrestling. So all my focus was wrestling. Like I still took football seriously, but not nowhere as serious as wrestling. Like I kind of knew wrestling was gonna be, because that summer after I won state too, I got second in Fargo, then I'm like ranked in the country, and I'm like, all right, I'm
yeah.
gonna be pretty good at wrestling.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stick to this. This is where I'm putting.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And then football
for
was
sure.
just kind of my fun sport in the fall, you know.
Right,
With all my friends and stuff I play with, you know.
Yeah.
Take a little break from wrestling. Yeah.
Speaking of doing 2 sports in college, didn't you get asked to play football?
Really?
Coach. So like after 2015, Coach Ayeni was the running back coach at Iowa State, and he was like, Kyvan, you should use your last year eligibility and come play football.
He wanted you to be a running back?
Yes.
Really?
But like I was like, Coach, like I don't think that's how it works. You know, like I'm not like fast. I'm not football fast anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I'm wrestling fast.
You could have been a
know what I mean?
fullback.
Like that's what he was like. He's like, I don't need you to do anything but be tough, Kyvan. I'm like, that sounds.
You sending me on a dummy mission.
right. Like, that sounds very hectic. Like low key. Like you don't need me to do anything but be tough. Like, so like no, that was like that was a funny like blip in time where he asked that, but yeah.
Did you consider it at all?
If I was in today's age with NIL, yeah, I would consider it.
Did you play in high school?
No,
No, you didn't play in high school.
That was the thing. So like when I got to so I was born in Iowa City, moved to Waterloo in 7th grade.
Yep.
And we got to like I was doing everything in Waterloo. So football, track, wrestling, no baseball because I just swung at everything. Just did not have the knack for that. And so I played football 7th, 8th grade, 9th grade. I'm like, I'm 125 pounds, bro. Like, but I didn't look at it in terms of like, oh, I'm not going to be 150 pounds. I looked at my dad. My dad was 5'9", wrestled at 177 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
My brother was 5'7", wrestled at or played football at like 170.
Jarrett?
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he played football. He was a running back, about 170 pounds. Yeah. I used to be at the City High games. Like, can I wear your number 22 jersey?
Oh, we got to get Jared on the pod, man. Like, you know, he was running the rock.
Jared was he had some gifts for sure. But then I was like, I'm not going to college for football.
Yeah.
At my size.
Right.
And I was like, I don't see anybody in my immediate family that's big, right?
Yeah.
Like, and so I was just like, oh, I'll go on, on the wrestling tip. Like, if I literally would have been held back probably like 1 year and like graduated when I was actually 18, I probably would have tried to invest in a different route. Not saying it would have panned out, but I probably would have invested in a different route. But like, I felt like football wise, there was always politics that you couldn't really solve by just out playing someone. Like if a coach wanted to get involved in a position battle, like you could feel like you were the best.
Yeah.
Or you could feel like, oh, like I'm making these throws, I'm reading everything right. But if they feel like you're supposed to be somewhere else, or
it's
that's
favorites.
what's better for the team,
it's favorites.
First, like wrestling, where it's just a flat out, you're better than them,
Yeah. There is no hiding.
First, like a eye test or like a
like, and so like even like when like my dad was a coach, like we had situations where he was a coach, and when I started growing, so I went from 125 to 145 sophomore year.
Like cutting?
No, not really. Not a hard cut.
Okay.
Like he just was like
just grow. Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
There was a teammate I had at the time, and they wanted to be at 145 too.
Okay.
And they were a multi-sport athlete. I wasn't, so all I was focused on was wrestling.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, oh, like, well, then we'll just wrestle off for it. And like, I won. We didn't have a wrestle off during season because they decided to go up to 52, but they transferred the next year because they didn't like how the things went down. But like, it wasn't something that was like, oh, I can actually do this at the next level. Like growing up, I wanted to be Randy Moss. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but I'm not 6'4", and I don't run a 4.1 or 4.2. Like it just like getting up off the bench. So that was like the dream, like kid's dream for me. But like I didn't play in high school because of that. And then by the time I wanted to play, I didn't win state as a sophomore. So I was like, I'm not playing football until I win state. So then I won as a junior, and then I tore my knee when I was probably going to play as a senior, regardless of if I should have been or not.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You know.
Wait, what year did you wrestle Derek?
Who?
Derek St. John.
Who? No, Derek. I don't know if it was wrestling. Like I went out there and tried to score a lot, but that was 2008 in the finals at 145. Yeah,
Sophomore year?
2008. Yeah,
Oh, you made the final sophomore year?
yeah.
So 3-time finalist.
In Iowa, not Georgia.
2-time. Yo, this man got jokes today, my boy.
3A class, bro.
Hey.
3A.
So final sophomore year, and then 2 after that, right?
Yeah.
So 40. You wrestled him at 45. He was a senior.
No, junior.
Oh damn.
Derek, bro, he was so long. Like,
Oh, I know.
And I just didn't listen. Period.
To your dad.
Yeah.
What did he say before
He
the
said,
match?
don't shoot the high crotch.
And you shot the high crotch.
Yeah, first thing you did, right?
First thing, did you ever have like a moment like that where it's just like, you're like, I'm good. You know, like, did
Yeah,
you
like-
have like that? Like,
It's like, it was always like funky guys to me. They're like, just stay out of here.
Yeah.
I go there instantly.
Yeah.
it's like
I'm like-
you trying to tap something like my ego or
Yeah.
something or my pride. I'm just like, nah, I can get him anywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, bro, that was like me with when we wrestled Okie State one time. I think Joshua was like, "Yeah, just stay out of like upper body," and in my head, I'm like, "We sending it, bro." Like, I was, it is what it is. Somebody gotta go. Like,
Yeah.
but
Straight up. Like I had this teammate. Do you remember Jesse Thilke? Jesse Thilke, Greco-Roman Olympian in 16.
no, I don't think so.
Yeah, Jesse Thilke wrestled at Wisconsin. Like he was like, well, so he was obviously my age group, but like he was cold, like all 3 styles, cold. And my senior year, 14, 15 of college, we had do you remember Dante Rodriguez?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I was
Right?
teammates with them for a year.
Yeah, year. Okay, so I nicknamed Dante Dallas, right? Because like when he came to Ames on like a visit, my man, we had this cash game, and you would just swipe to get cash. I don't know, something stupid. Very much a time waster, but like I was just like, all right, that's Dante Dallas. He bought his money, whatever.
Good.
So we're wrestling Wisconsin, and he's a true freshman, and so he's starting. We're wrestling Wisconsin, right? This dude's a Greco, like savant, essentially, like one of the youngest people, like that's really coming up. They like Dante. Do not go upper body with this person, and Dante loves Greco too.
Right.
Dante's just like screw it.
Yeah.
My man Jesse goes body lock, goes and gets him. Dante reaches back, left-handed headlock, and this is like, yeet. I was like, what is wrong with you?
Bro.
You know what I mean? Like, there's certain positions you just don't go to with certain people.
Right.
Yeah.
And Dante did not have any care in the world whatsoever. It's kind of like like watching Dagan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just didn't care. Like,
Right.
He just
like,
goes. Yeah.
yeah, like, and I'm just like, I wish I possessed some of that. Like, I think I have like maybe like a little bit of it, but like I don't possess that much.
Dagan's different. He really don't care,
Yeah.
like at all. He's like, we can get in whatever position.
Yeah.
I'm still going to end up finding a way to,
Yeah.
Like,
like,
I'm gonna just keep
Yeah.
progressing through.
Well,
the
some people are
situation.
like that. Like, just the more hectic the match gets,
Yeah.
the more it favors.
Oh,
them,
I
you
feel
know?
like he feeds off of that.
Yeah,
Like,
I hate
just-
that feeling.
like he just,
Yeah.
like his battles with like Lugo and stuff. I'm like, dog, like
I'm like,
crazy.
I hate having like a 15-14 match where we're rolling and crazy.
Yeah,
Like, I
like-
don't like that feeling.
Bro, speaking of that,
yes, I was
Okay,
okay. You go.
Speaking of that, so you wrestled Anthony Montanona.
Yeah, okay,
right?
yep,
Yeah,
we're on the
right.
same.
Yeah.
Okay,
And this was what year is this? 2019.
Yep, this would have been my red shirt freshman year.
And what was the most you were down by in this match? Because
12, I got down 12-0 right off
Yeah,
the bat.
this man was down
I'm
12.
commentating. I was commentating. I
Yeah.
was like,
Oh, bro. I remember watching. I'm like, damn, like this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, and then you can go.
were you on the visit together?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
y'all came on your recruiting visit.
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
told me
I
that.
knew him, yep.
Yeah.
Mhm. But yeah, so it's just one of the matches. I'm sure you guys had it where you just come out flat. Like it's
Yeah.
just, you just don't feel like yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
And no
for sure.
excuses to him. He came out firing. No
Yeah.
excuses.
Yeah.
But he take me down right away. Got a couple turns, and I'm just like, man, I'm about to get tagged. I'm about to get tagged.
That pops up in
And,
your head. You're just like,
Yeah, it's 12-0, and it's like one more turn, I'm done. And I literally just reach, like what you're not supposed to do. Don't do this. Listen. From bottom, reach back, try to grab a headlock. I get it. End up getting a reversal, and he gets like super tired.
Yeah.
And after that, he called injury time. I was like, all right,
He's
I can
like-
get some back, or maybe I put him to his back or something. And then all I remember is just chipping away. I was just like, just one at a time, and eventually I ran him down. Yeah, it was
that was
a crazy match. Yeah,
that was crazy.
That was
And then he did
definitely
broke you at the end, but that was like legit though. Like, I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
just broke you, like for real.
No, you gotta look into this camera and do it.
and I like the kid, but in that moment, like I had to do it.
Yeah. Oh, you had
It's
to.
like
Because Hilton was going crazy.
Yeah, no,
That
that
was
was
going crazy.
nuts. I remember commentating it, and it was just like, holy snaps! Like
Yeah.
he was like walking him down,
Walking
you
him
know?
down.
and just like you're not someone who shows like a ton of
Yeah.
emotion from like what I've seen, you know, like and being just like around you, like you're pretty reserved, and then for it to like jump off like that, like down 12-0, like. You do something that you don't typically do. You usually stay within the lines, you know what I mean? And then like start to walk him down, then you know take his, you know, soul snatch him, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And then get the pin, like, and then like the emotion like that came with it.
I didn't even get the pin. It was like I think it ended up
Was
being
it?
17.
No, bro, it
I
was-
put him to his
yeah.
back at the
Yeah.
end.
Oh,
But
okay.
It was like 17, 15.
Yeah, I was
something
gonna say
like that,
17, 15. Yeah.
I gotta
Yeah.
go back and rewatch that because I'm like,
Yeah.
Bro.
I'm
And
vlogging
what ultimately actually helped me that match is he was dead tired, so he just kept doing like injury time or whatever. Maybe he was hurt a little bit, I don't know. And then so I had choice, so I just kept going neutral. So I was basically cutting him without giving up that one. So that helped me out a lot. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Cause like, and that's and like, I want to speak on that because that is like important for like wrestlers to understand like the mat intelligence that it takes. Because like when like let's say my best position is top, which that was probably his best position, and you get a takedown, and he calls injury timeout.
Yep.
Right? You don't decide to go down and be like,
No,
oh, I'm gonna
no.
go get a free
Yeah.
point. Because of like the feedback or the information you got from getting turned earlier, you're
Yeah.
like, that's his position.
Yeah. No, go
Right?
neutral.
Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
But like in that moment to decide like, oh no, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna go neutral, I'm gonna go get another takedown. Like what was the where did that like thought process, like mat intelligence
Yeah.
come from?
My coaches were obviously helped me out too, and just knowing I'm working against the clock too. You know, I have to run him down. I have to score as much points as I can. So I can't waste time. If he's gonna even ride me out for 30, that's gonna hurt me first. If
Yeah.
I just go on my feet, I can go get one right away.
Right.
You know, so that's kind of was the thought process.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to waste time on bottom. You know, guys can stall. They can grab your ankle and stuff. Like
Oh, yeah.
when he's in that position. He was up 12 and he's tired, you know, he's going to just try to waste time, you know. So that was kind of where that came from.
Man, like I thought you like so like in my recollection you had pinned them, but like I didn't realize you literally scored 17.
Yeah.
Bro,
Oh,
17.
Like I
17
thought
big
you had
ones.
like got down,
Yeah.
got up to like 14, and then he kind of just was like, "This is what it is."
Bro,
Yeah.
at like 10 points, I'm like, yeah, it's over with. I'm getting what AB say? I'm getting cooked. Like, yeah.
So if you had to pick like 3 to 5 of your like most memorable matches, like as an Iowa State Cyclone, what would those? How would you rate those? I would assume that one is in that category. So how would you rate those?
Yeah, so obviously that one. My match to probably All American. That was a big one. My first All American.
First one?
Yep. Okay. And what year was that? 2022.
Yeah.
Against Trey Munoz. That was a fun match.
Yeah.
And then obviously this year, you know, Aaron Brooks was another good one too. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yo, speaking of that, the move that you hit on Brooks, right? Like, some people are just like, bro, what did he hit? Like, what were you like thinking in that instant? Was it more just like let me like hit something real quick to like keep the action going, or like was that something you've hit before? Because I never saw that.
Yeah, so I've hit it a few times in college. I hit it at conference one year against Wyoming kid.
Okay.
Ended up hitting them. So it's I don't know. It's like it's kind of hard to explain. Just
Because was he
talking.
in on a single
Yeah,
leg?
he's in on a single. So it comes from when they're in on a single and their head's down and their butt's kind of up.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of hunched over.
Yeah.
And I kind of just like it's almost like a standing Play-Doh. Like you grab the leg.
Oh, yeah.
And
okay.
I just kind of use it to create action, but I rolled him through and I caught bottom leg, and then I worked up towards his head.
Yeah.
But I've done that a few times.
Yeah.
It's definitely a junk move. Like not a lot of people, you don't
yeah.
see it a lot, but yeah.
I was like, he had to have like hit this before because the way you hit it, I was like, he knew. You know what
And
I'm
it
saying?
wasn't like
it
a
was
thought. Like I just felt it.
You was
I'm,
like,
I'm down
going.
3-0, so I'm like, all right. Like,
Yeah, I'm going.
Might as well send it,
Yeah.
And then,
That was crazy.
yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, no, like,
New Orleans was going
sometimes
crazy.
you gotta just figure some stuff out.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and so like, you're going into coaching.
Yeah.
How do you see yourself trying to impart that understanding on your wrestlers now? You know, like, because it's about to be a shift, you know, a little bit. Like, obviously, you're still going to be training, correct?
Yeah.
So, like, how do you get your wrestlers to kind of adhere to that same thought process? Like, your ability to persist, be resilient, and just figure things out is going to be extremely is invaluable the right word, or like priceless?
Yeah. You mean just to go out there and wrestle?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously you can preach it. Something that helps me, I spent a lot of time like this year, me and David Carr, just go kind of play wrestle, have fun and work a bunch of different positions, feeling things, and you kind of just instantly react to it. So implementing that and then just kind of preaching to them like good things happen when you just continue wrestling, when you're not thinking. My best wrestling personally just comes from when I'm just going out there and wrestling, not when I'm trying to calculate stuff. So that's definitely something, I'm going to try to preach to them. Yeah.
That's gonna be fun,
Yeah.
especially a program that'll be in its second year under Nate Carr Jr., Ty Eustace on staff, yourself, Erica Andorf. I'm excited to see how everything carries out. Are you like you talked about briefly earlier, living in Iowa your whole life, Waterloo, Ames. So that's 24 years of that?
In Iowa, yeah.
Yeah.
I've only lived in Iowa, yeah.
Yeah. So like now, like what are you most excited about in terms of like being in a place like Charlotte, like what, or like not immediately in Charlotte, but like it's gonna be close enough, like city living, like what are you excited about from that standpoint?
Obviously I'm excited to coach and wrestle, but like different than that, living there, I think there's going to be a lot more to kind of just do, Like, I love Iowa, but, like, I think just, like, a lot more activities. I can, go to the city, watch some professional sports games. We live, like, close to a lake, so go on the lake.
Norman.
Yeah.
Lake Norman.
So I think it will, it'll be entertaining in that standpoint. So in my free time, maybe pick up some new things to do and see what I like out there, yeah.
Yeah, no, you're going to be set because, like... Like you said, you got a lake right there, bro.
Yeah.
You're gonna be able to go to the lake in December. Like, and it's gonna be a blizzard back here in Iowa. But yeah, no, I wanted to talk about because what do you think for yourself was like the like what kind of preparation was different with like your first couple years versus the 2 years that you All American? Like what do you think that you had to change or like that you did like differently?
There's a lot of things. I think a lot of good kids in high school come to college and, maybe they get beat up on a little bit,
right.
And it kind of brings their confidence down. I feel like my first few years, my confidence was down. I wasn't losing a bunch of matches. I go into my redshirt freshman year when I'm the guy and, lose a couple matches in a row. So it's like my confidence kind of got lower. So I kind of had to build that up. I think a year that really helped me was the year I went 97. I kind of and I was cutting a good amount of weight to make 74 too.
Right,
but
right.
Yeah, that year I went 97 and it was kind of COVID. I could just eat as much as I want, and then I'd go on with Kyvan. We'd go in this little barn and roll in Iowa and wrestle. I think I really fell in love with the sport. I wouldn't be thinking about cutting weight. It was just all wrestling and getting stronger. And then, I had a little bit of success at 97. I did the best I had in college.
Almost all.
But
American.
I was still a little light for the weight. So then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go 84 now. I don't think it would be as bad of a cut as 74.
Yeah.
And then that year I just got so much better at wrestling. And then I was at my right weight class, and then I started seeing a bunch of success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, that was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because honestly, I thought you were still pretty big for 97 though. Like I didn't think you were like a small like 97 pounder.
Yeah, there's some big dudes. Up
Oh
there.
no, there is.
There's some dudes that are cut.
Like
weight.
bro,
Yeah.
this year, what's the dude's name? There was an Oregon State guy and then Elam. They both look the same. They look like the same person. 97.
Oh, tall.
It's Elam and just some dude from Oregon State. But anyways, bro, when I seen them, I'm like, yo, these 97s are either they're getting big or I just never noticed how big they are.
Yeah.
Like
They're long.
long,
Yeah.
like Elam a long dude.
Yeah.
Cause younger
Yeah.
a big 97, but like Elam like just
Yeah. And then that cat from NC State, Trimble.
Trumbull. Yeah.
Mm.
Isaac.
Yeah,
Yep.
Isaac, yeah. Nebraska product.
Yeah, that's-
no, these dudes are tall. Those are the ones I struggled with the most.
the
honestly.
tall
Yeah,
guys.
Yeah, the tall guys that were just like long and lanky.
Cause how tall are you? 6'1", 6'2"?
Blessed. Appreciate that. Thank you. Well, yeah, we'll just keep that at 6. You
How
said
do you-
6 what? What?
6'1".
Yeah, we'll keep that. Yeah.
Bro, that's
So
mad.
6.
How-
5'11",
how-
6.
For real, how tall are you though?
Fortunate 5'11".
Okay, 5'11". I'm surprised you didn't say 6 foot.
I see.
Most-
I moved away from that because that's like for me. That's a ego thing. Right? Like
Most
no,
people
you
would
want
be
to
like,
be
I'm 6
6
foot.
foot.
Like,
Right?
yeah.
Like, you want to be 6
Yeah.
foot. That's not like a true indicator of where you're at in this in this stage. So yeah, no. Like 5'11". I was 6 foot on my license in college.
See,
I was still dealing
I
with
was
stuff.
like, I'm like 5'11", 3/4. I don't say that. I just say I'm 6 foot.
Right.
Like I'm not gonna say
I respect
5'11".
that.
Yeah.
I feel like I would too,
Yeah.
but I don't have that luxury. So
You gotta get
like,
them new shoes. I be seeing them on my stuff all the time.
what new shoes?
I'm not gonna give them no shout out on our stuff. I'll show you after.
Yeah, we don't
Hype
get no,
boosters.
yeah, we don't get no shout outs, bro.
Right.
Free promos and
We don't
everything.
do that. We don't do that. Oh,
What is it,
man.
like insoles?
No,
like his shoes?
Yeah.
But like,
Give you like 3 inches or something.
but isn't somebody gonna notice if I got like you like the like?
It's
they-
like in your shoe.
oh, it's in the shoe.
Yeah.
No, it's
Oh,
not
I'm
like
gonna
it's
have to.
still-
Oh, I thought you was talking about like it's gonna be like a big old like
Nah.
heel or something. I'm like,
Nah,
nah, it can't
tacky.
work with
They
that.
wouldn't do that.
So they put him inside.
Yeah.
And
so
so,
it's
like,
it's
no-
like elevated.
Nobody would know.
Technically, no. We could erase this from the whole podcast. Like, if you decide to go that route, we'll just have to.
No, we ain't erasing it. I'm letting y'all know I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it.
Like, you're. It's gonna be a glow up.
Like,
Are you prepared for that mentally? Like to be at
okay,
that type of height?
so how tall is it actually gonna make me? Like how much?
Probably
Because
give
I'm
you 3,
5.
4.
I'm 5'7" right now. A smooth 5'7".
Like a real?
Bro, yes, bro.
It
Stop playing with me,
it
bro.
wasn't meant to be
I'm
disrespectful.
5'7". Stout, bro.
Put you about 5'10".
Okay. Okay.
Inch shorter than Kyvan.
5'10". I can do that.
Yeah.
If you
I can do that.
though, like if I come visit, I might have to get some too.
What, the shoes?
Yeah.
Because
So
that's
I can
going to
keep the same distance. apart.
no,
No?
not a chance. All right. At least let me like for a day or so like be around you at the same height.
Say if you come like visit.
No, you have to come visit.
Okay. That's fair.
You gotta hit North Carolina
Yeah,
too.
bro. Yeah, I was gonna say,
Might
bro,
as
you
well do
gotta
it on your way.
you gotta hit the East, bro. You gotta move out to the East Coast. This is your sign right now. Everybody out there, tell Kyvan, y'all flood his DMs, bro. This is your sign to move to the East Coast. For real, you got to.
Well, like obviously Erica and Nate have like, yo, like when you come to visit, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get there. Like, and I'm not blowing it off.
Right.
I haven't. Hey, actually, if you guys want to know, bring me out for a camp, and I will make my way to Charlotte.
That's the only way he'll
Yeah.
come out.
That's not the only way I'll come. But yeah, it'll be good. So, like you said, you found your right weight class, 184.
Yeah.
So, for your international senior level career,
Yeah.
are you planning on going like 86 or 92
Yep.
or 79? Where do you feel yourself?
This upcoming year for the trials and stuff, 86 for sure.
Okay.
And then I don't know. I've been kind of getting a little big lately, so
I saw, yeah, I
we'll
saw
see.
you
Like I'm not
yesterday.
even eating a lot, and my weight's been shooting up. So
Yeah.
maybe in the future 92, but for right now, yeah, 86 is gonna be
got
the
you.
weight. Yeah.
No, like I saw you yesterday, like
Yeah.
at practice. I was like, oh man, Marcus looks like good.
Yeah.
like looks like healthy,
Yeah.
but like strong, like still like lean.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's
Very comfortable weight right now.
Yeah,
I'm
like-
comfortable weight.
I'm like,
Yeah.
that man's gonna be dangerous.
Yeah.
But man, it's like it's exciting to see, just like to watch your progressions. Just from like a friend, you know, I consider you a brother standpoint. Like just watching you progress has been like awesome to see.
Appreciate that.
I have to ask, what was like, whether it was in a room, practice, what was your like welcome to college moment? Like, do you remember who it was? Like what was the exercise, whatever, where you're like, yo, this is gonna take a new me to get to where I want to be?
Let me think. I can't like think of a specific moment that first year, but I just remember like, man, this is hard. I remember when the new coaches came, and I think it was just they put us through like our first like actual workout, and everybody's like, what just happened, you know? And especially being a freshman, I was just like, dang, this is gonna be tough because you're wrestling with someone, you know, kind of equal to your skill level. First, when I was in high school in practice, I just score a bunch of points, so kind of got frustrated at first. But when I realized like I got to get a lot better, I think David maybe came for a visit, and he kind of tore me up a little bit. I'm like, man, I'm just lost to like a high schooler. Like I need to up my level.
Right.
So that's kind of the first moment. I'm like, all right, there's work to do. Or I guess that was in the practice room, but I was gonna say like in match, my first tournament I wrestled Taylor Lujan, and I got majored, and I'm like, I hadn't been majored in years.
He's funky.
I was like, oh, okay. Well, we got some work to do, you know. Yeah.
You know who did me like that, bro? Chris Perry.
Chris Perry, yeah.
Yeah.
What weight was that at? 74?
I was at 84. It was before he went down to 74. When he went down to 74, my man was like on point.
I didn't even know he was at 84.
This wasn't even him at his best. Like this is.
I was gonna say, yeah, you
like,
didn't even see him at his
no. So like I wrestled Chris twice. So I wrestled him in no, that wasn't. It was actually Kevin Steinhaus. Kevin Steinhaus from Minnesota.
Yeah.
He's a 184 pounder.
Okay.
Man's just tore me up at the UNO Open, my true freshman year. And I was like 2 weeks after winning the Cyclone Open and beating the like 10th ranked dude in the nation by pin. So I'm thinking like I'm nice. I'm like, yo, pull the red shirt, run it,
pull it, let's go.
Boy would have had a lot of tears that year.
Yeah.
Was not ready in any way to sustain the consistency like through like the habits, and like that's what I feel like.
That's a huge thing. Yeah. It's a war every week. That's where the younger guys struggle. It's a war every week. In high school, you got matches where I'm gonna pin this guy in 30 seconds. You don't really run into those unless you're really like that. So having that war every week wears on you too. You know.
Yep.
Yeah. The way he just said that, bro. Is that from you?
That's off the dome. That's off the
top. Like that's.
But that's so true.
Y'all might have you got something with that. A war every week, like that. Just like getting your guys attached to that. Like hey, every week you're in another war, you know, and you gotta figure out ways to keep yourself on top of all of it, and especially at an institution like Davidson, where the academic rigors are going to be equally as daunting as what the coaching staff is now going to be asking from the athletes. But like war every week, that's a beautiful way to put it.
Yeah.
Bro. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
I mean, even
and you got to prepare right, man. You do one thing wrong with your weight cut or stay up too late, you're gonna feel it. At least I do personally. You know, when I was younger, made some mistakes, and I was like, man, like I can't do that anymore. Yeah. You know, if I want to go out there and really win at a high level, my weight's got to be on point. My stress has got to be low, so I got to get all my assignments done. You know. Yeah. And I got to be doing good in the room, scoring the room, doing what I need to, so I have confidence when I go out there. So
everything got to be calculated.
Together. Yeah, for sure. Extremely.
It's like because you talked about like all the other stuff has to be calculated, so that you don't have to be as like calculated in your like wrestling.
So you can be free. You're like, all right, everything's taken care of. I'm ready to step on the line and go wrestle. You know. Yeah.
So what were some of those like habits for you that you felt like maybe you had to attach to, or that made you kind of alluded to it a little bit earlier? But what was like maybe the one thing that you were like, all right, I got to do this in study hall. I got to do this nutritionally. It's probably a multitude of those, but
Yeah, obviously it's like all those things, but my diet got a lot better as I got older. So I thought that helped out a lot. When you're not having to cut 10, 15 pounds a week, you're going to feel a lot better. So I just started keeping my weight low. I wouldn't get higher than 8 pounds ever, or like
Really?
8 or, well, that's a lot. I can't say that.
I was about to
I
say,
would like
bro,
winter break, I would get a little like maybe 10, 15, but still like when you're doing weigh-ins that week, I'm not ever getting higher than like 7, 8 pounds,
Wow.
So I was just trying to keep that locked in and then just be consistent on my diet.
So that's like 5%.
Yeah.
Like 5% of like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I could have stayed like 8, 9.
It's hard to do. I'm not going to lie. Yeah.
I mean, during the week I did, but like, Dresser would be on me right after a duel, bro.
Yeah.
I remember we wrestled South Dakota State, and I think we you remember that when we got I think stuck at the hotel or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
and so Dresser's like, he's like, what'd you eat today? And like it was like in the morning, so I hadn't even eaten yet. And he was like, no, you need to get something in, right? Which understandable, like I know. But bro, tells me to eat. Then they take us out to Perkins, right? They take us out to Perkins, and we're driving back to Ames. Then they take us to like a gas station that's like making burgers inside the gas station place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, and so I'm thinking I'm straight. I'm like, they like just letting us eat a little bit. We got, because like North Dakota State got canceled. We didn't have to wrestle.
Yeah.
Bro, as soon as we get back to lead, we get in the locker room.
Get on the scale.
Hey, Small, I need you to get on the scale. Mackle, you too. So
it was a group that they knew.
Bro.
They knew that was heavy.
I straight up told him, I was like, look, coach, you don't even want me to step on you. It's just going to make you mad. Whatever you want me to do to work out right now. He's like, nah, you got to step on it right now. Bro, I was 12 over, bro. And most
I
people,
thought it was gonna be way worse than that, honestly.
I
But
don't
like
see,
130. That's 10%.
I don't see that as bad, because I see that as if I work out, like a lot of that's going to fall off. Probably going to be about 6 pounds over.
Yeah.
But their whole thing was like, you got to stay in striking distance, which I understand. Like, you probably do.
Yep.
Like, it's a good thing. I'm like, bro, y'all can't just like let me off the hook, bro. Like, and I had to, St. John took me upstairs, bro, put me through a long workout, bro. And I got down to like 4 over.
Oh, an 8-pounder at
Yeah.
133. That's
crazy.
heavy.
It's heavy.
So yeah, you were definitely you were full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
I got you.
It was kind of worth it. That Perkins, bro. I got me a little breakfast scramble. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we were in South Dakota. There wasn't much to do, but
I know, right? Like, bro, I was grubbing. I'm telling you, bro.
we were just snowed in.
Yeah, had a nice little dub. I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I think like
That's a dumb
the
mentality.
interstate was like closed down or something, right?
Bro, yes,
That's why we
bro.
couldn't get back. Yeah.
We were straight up like, we couldn't go nowhere at all.
Mm-hmm.
At all. Bro, we was over here playing in the pool that they had at the hotel. That was what we was doing for fun,
Yeah.
right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we really thought we was going to, because we were there for, I think we was stuck for a day and a half or 2 days.
Yeah.
Because, like, we wrestled South Dakota State, and then we had a day of travel, and we were supposed to wrestle them the next day.
North Dakota and
Yeah.
Ames, right? Yeah.
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 And they got, no, I think it was in North Dakota, wasn't it?
No, because we dueled them later that year in Ames. We made it up, remember?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was supposed to be
Yeah.
in Ames, which is weird because usually they put those two together. Like, if
Okay,
you're going-
yeah.
but
Yeah, but it was kind of weird, though, just being snowed in. I was like, but for me, secretly, I was like, thank God. I ain't got to make this weight.
Yeah.
In a couple of days, we straight.
that got to me once, but we didn't get snowed in. We said I think I'll make weight. That's the day when we were talking to Meeks. That's the day like I almost gave it up, because I was ranked number 1, and the coach goes, "Get him a pillow down there."
Oh, wait, who were y'all wrestling that time?
That was at the like national duels.
National duels.
Yeah.
What team y'all wrestling? What was
Kent
it?
State. He was a long.
Oh,
tall
Kent,
dude.
yeah, that's
He
who
was a
it
long,
was.
tall dude.
That's who it was.
Cole Baxter.
Cole Baxter.
Go pull it up on Flow Wrestling if you want.
Bro, I'm trying to pull
Cole's
up my
about to
flow
get-
What
right
happened?
All right, like we just had a bunch of flight woes. And I'm just like, bro, just like cancel this, bro. Let us go home. You know, like
Yeah.
it's really not that serious.
Yeah.
And we ended up getting to Columbus like 1 a.m. Still
Mhm.
had to cut weight.
Yeah.
Woke up 6-ish to go get on the scale for 7, wrestling at 9.
Yeah.
Just like not emotionally invested at this point. and go out there, get the first takedown, but very flat. I usually got the first takedown most of the time, but then Cole Baxter got a takedown. My man put in a leg or something. I just like constantly down there, like, oh, let me up, bro. Like it's not. And their coach was like, get him a pillow down there. I was ranked number 1. This was my junior year. I was already dealing with the residue of my dad passing and stuff like that. So I wasn't very locked in. You talk about like nutrition and stuff.
Yeah.
And my man was about to get a dub, and then their coach like triggered me, like he triggered me, like just like emotionally.
Yeah.
Get him a pillow down there. Like
He was like, hold on.
chill.
I can't go out like that.
Yeah.
You was about to get one.
Yeah. But your coach, he helped me out.
I appreciate you.
Thanks for the motivation. Yeah.
And so, you know, one of my funniest things that ever happened to me is like, so while I was at Iowa State, Katie was at Virginia Tech, and I swear, like, same thing kind of happened. Like, we're at Midlands. He got this kid, Derek Borley, and we're wrestling in not the quarters. Yeah, it had to be the quarters. No, it was the backside quarters or something. And like if I won, I keep going. If I lost, you know, pack it up.
Right.
So I get out and I'm winning like maybe like 4-1, and kind of just have like a mental like fart breakdown, whatever you want to say. And like he's winning, and like I think Dresser's like telling him like, pour it on him, break him, you know, and I'm just like you really think he can do that? You know, like,
that always gives me motivation. He's tired. I'm like, oh, you think I'm tired?
Yeah.
It
Like,
does.
Like, yeah, shoot that high crotch.
I really just took like a mental break. I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
But like when I took the mental break, my man scored some points, whatever. So he's winning, and KJ just looking at me like in the corner, just like, don't do this. Like, and like I gotta give it up for KJ because like I was not easy to deal. I was not easy to deal with. So my man looking at me like, don't do this, bro. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, and like Dresser was like telling him like, get him, like blah blah blah. And then I get up, get a takedown, let him go. Or no, I get a reversal, let him go, then get a takedown. And Dresser like there's a video of it, and Dresser just kind of like scratching his head like, what just happened? You know, like,
Yeah.
like that's like that was like funny, but just like the amount of emotional and like mental capacity it takes. How did you work on that piece for yourself to make sure like you were as consistent as possible when it came to, you know, showing up and having consistent like output and performances?
Like, what did I do, like, mentally
Yeah.
for myself? Yeah, I kind of had to work on my self-talk. It 100% got better through college. I think one thing, sometimes I would, like, just journal, just random thoughts, you know, like how I was feeling, just write it down. And then as I got older, I started reading, like, motivational, like, you know, the Goggins and stuff. I did that, and I think that just kind of helped me out a lot. And then I just have, like, little sayings in my head I'd say to myself before I compete and do stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
I feel
that's good stuff.
like wrestlers are like, we're like superstitious about stuff.
Oh,
like,
100%, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I would always have to do like the same things, you know? Everything would have to be. I had to eat the same thing. Like, you know, I might eat this
Wear
fruit,
the same
but
thing.
yeah, wear the same like spandex, you know,
Yeah.
maybe the same socks. Like that's just how it was, bro. Like
I feel like when you do that, it kind of tricks your mind, your body, and it's go time.
Yeah.
That's why you like that. That's why I like it. You know, I eat the same meal before every duel. Take my little same amount of time nap, 30-minute nap, whatever. Do the same things, eat the same things after I weigh in. Put the same clothes on. It's like, all right, my body and my mind's like, all right, this is where we're at. I'm ready to go, you know? Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to ask, all right, so your first ever duel in Hilton, were you like, was it different than wrestling? Just, you know, like I know you had been on big stages before, like Fargo and different tournaments, but was it like something that was different than matches that you were used to before? Because, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I was like some stuff that I can't say on TV, but yeah, I don't know why though, bro. I came out and I'm just like thinking it's just like a normal match. I get out there and I'm just like everything just flat. I'm like, bro, what's going on?
I can't exactly remember my first duel in Hilton, but I remember my first duel in college. They used
Yeah.
to do the Stephen Auditorium.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
so it was in that. We dueled like
Your first duel was?
yeah, first actual duel. What school is it?
Was it
Illinois.
SIUE?
Yes,
SIUE.
yes.
Yeah.
We dueled them, and I remember, like, it was a guy I knew I was gonna beat, but I
Yeah.
remember I was so like in my head for some reason because it's like, oh, it's college. You know?
Yeah,
It's my first
bro.
College,
It's like-
so, like I just like, I wish I would have just like, it's just another match, but yeah, I was at first.
Yeah,
I think
bro.
that helped me. I think I would have been more nervous in
Hilton.
than that.
Bro, I'm
you know?
telling you, bro.
I can't remember my first Hilton duel though.
Yeah, bro. First match, I was tripping. I don't know what I was doing. When I got on the phone afterwards, like, yo, like, you know, and that was probably like the little thing I needed. But it's different though. It's not like people see it on TV and they're just like, oh, like it's just a regular wrestling match. They have a whole bunch of people. Like, no, it's really not. I feel like it's more because if you're wrestling in a crowd where like you're just at a tournament, all right, everybody, you're in the finals, whatever, it's different. But when you got people in Hilton and like everybody's there for you, they're watching you, they're wanting you to do well, right? Like, so you feeling like, yo, I can't mess up.
Well,
like,
you're kind of like ISO too, you know. Like I don't know about you, but I never had like a full intro, smoke running out.
No,
like,
bro,
all
yes,
attention on
bro.
you. Then you're going to like like it hypes you up. Like now it like hypes me
Oh,
up. But
yeah.
I remember when I first
Yeah.
walk out, I'm back there pacing. Like,
Yeah.
man, I'm so nervous.
Yeah,
you know?
bro, for real. Cause like Hilton's like one of those places. Like it's loud when you come out. As soon as that whistle blow, they all get quiet.
Yeah.
And you can hear a pin drop. Like so, like you're just like, yo, what?
Why did it get so quiet?
Yeah. But unless you got used to it, I'm just like, yeah, bring that smoke out, my boy. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like it was, yeah. I love Hilton though, bro.
Oh yeah, it's so fun to wrestle there. Yeah.
Yo,
Shout out to the fans, man.
shout out to the fans for sure. Except for the one that said, Kevin, you're supposed to be good.
That's crazy.
Which I now know who it is, too.
Do you?
Yeah.
Really?
I met him. I met him this year.
Yo, how did that come up?
I didn't bring it up yet, but I know it's that person.
Oh, you know.
Like, I know it's that person.
Like, yeah, I
for
know it's
sure.
this dude.
Like, I was like, I literally, when I met them, I was like, this voice sounds crazy familiar. Like,
You just had a PTSD.
so I started asking questions, you know, like, trying to be like,
Yo, where was
inspect-
he? Where was he on this day of this duel? Like,
do you follow wrestling? You know, like, just start asking questions. But yeah,
that's crazy.
traumatic. But you guys are gonna you're gonna be back
Yep.
because Davidson wrestles
Yep.
ISU
We
in
do it. Yeah, one of the first weekends of the year. I can't give you the exact date. I want to say it's the second week of November, though.
Okay,
I think so.
that's probably that's gonna be good.
Mhm.
Like
It'll be weird for me, 100%. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for it. Yeah.
It's gonna be weird for sure, especially being just removed from the team. Like those are like your brothers.
Mhm.
Not like those are your brothers.
Yeah.
That's your family.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna go.
They
and
the enemy now.
Create
And
a
do 'em.
whole nother.
Yeah.
Family. Yeah, that'll be like a reunion. I think.
Oh, yeah.
everyone.
That's gonna
For
yeah,
for sure.
That's gonna be a little good little duel.
Mhm.
Either gonna be a reunion or a bloodbath. Like,
Yeah.
Hey man, don't do my man
No,
team
it's-
like that, boy. We got a new staff in the house.
Yeah.
I hope it's competitive.
Yeah. No, it's always all love with them, you know.
Yeah,
We got-
I'm planning to be on the mic.
Till we step on that mat.
yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna plan
Like
on
Meek
being.
said.
Huh?
Meek said, he's like, I don't care if you don't want to wrestle your friend.
yeah, yeah. What is he?
I don't care if you want to
true.
wrestle your friend. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can be homies after, but when you're
No,
wrestling,
facts.
it's not. Yeah.
yeah. Have you had to wrestle with anybody that was like you was kind of close to in college?
No, not in college, really. You know, I'm cool with a lot of the guys in my weight class. Like,
Okay, yeah.
when we're not wrestling, you know, if we're
Yeah.
on the podium or something,
Yeah.
I'll definitely talk to them. But
No, that's when it's always good. I feel like some people
yeah,
be taking it too serious.
a lot of respect. I got a lot of respect for a lot of people I wrestle. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Some-
that's how it should be.
Some
Yeah.
people take it too serious, bro.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not the
that's
type of guy to be like, oh, we wrestle each other, so I'm not gonna talk to you.
Yeah,
Like,
bro,
that's just
what?
that's
Like,
weird to me.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you know, it's a sport at the end of the day. You know. Yeah.
sure.
What so like with wrestling, and you talk about wrestling, what would you say is the most important lesson thus far that you've learned?
It's a good one.
That is a good one. It's one I'm gonna have to think a little bit on. Most important lesson I've learned. Honestly, it's like kind of cliche. Just work hard. You know, when you work hard, good things happen to you. You know, it's kind of how I built my life. So just always put your full effort into anything or everything, and you know, good things tend to happen to you first.
Yeah.
When you're not, you know, yeah. What about you? You got any?
Ooh. For me,
Yeah.
I would say find what you love and find people that love you. Find what you love, find people that love you, and then good things like what happen. You know, like 'cause
Yeah,
if you
like
find
that.
what you're passionate about and you find people that love you, all that coming together, you know, is like will just create like a positive, you know, like wave of you know, great things. You know, like we've all had people pour into us, you know, like like as much as I would say like my dad was super influential, you know, like in my life, but like I never told you this, but when we were going through the pandemic, you know, us going to Roland and working out in that garage, that probably saved my life in a different type of way because things weren't going well for me in my personal life, you know, and so for me to be able to have the opportunity to come and work with you and us bounce ideas off each other and just be in the pureness of this is what we love and this is what we want to grow in, that gave me like a renewed sense of like clarity and focus that I don't think I had leading up to the pandemic.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah,
And
I
so,
feel you
like,
100%.
like
Yep.
us going there and just like, all right, like, hey,
Yeah.
like I watched this video, like check this out, see how this feels, and it's just us. It's us in a little barn.
Yeah.
There's a couple.
As pure as it gets,
Yeah,
man.
you know,
the world's shut down. We're driving
Yeah.
20 minutes to go do what we love, man.
Yeah,
It's as
you know,
pure as
like-
it gets. Yeah.
And so like that did a lot for me in that time frame, and it challenged me in a different way because that's when I feel like you jumped levels where it was like I can wrestle with this person every day now, and
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's gonna go my way.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like prior to that, like I felt pretty confident, like most days, like even like on a bad day. But it's like if I'm coming in on a bad day, oh, this dude's gonna get me today. You know, like
Yeah.
and so like I have to pull and rein my mind in, regardless of what externally is going on. Like I have to be present, otherwise this dude's gonna run me off the mat. You know,
Yeah.
and so like that, you know, that time, like that, what was it, like 5-6 months? You know, like October. So like that was like April through like October, November before I tore my groin. Like we were like in sync step, you know.
Yeah,
So like that meant a
100%,
lot
yep.
to me. So like yeah, just find people that or find something that you love, find people that love you, and people that'll like raise your level and force you to, you know, be a better, you know, version.
Yeah.
Cliche stuff too.
Oh, for sure.
I appreciate you for that.
Yeah. I appreciate you too, man.
Yeah, bro, you need like a ESPN 30 for 30
Bro,
with
shut
that.
up.
No. I'm talking about with the when you were talking about your groin being torn because that
Oh.
was when you wrestled Colin Moore, right?
Yeah.
Bro, I don't care what nobody says. Like, go look at that tape. If you ain't tear that, bro, he was getting sent, bro. I seen how it was set up and everything. I'm like, oh, it's over with. It's over with. And then next thing I know, you just go, like, oh, I was like, whoa, like what happened, bro?
Was that on a flow card?
Yeah.
That's when they were doing their cards. Or
in Texas, right?
yeah.
And he was out there with like Cobra and them.
Yeah. I
Bro,
wish they would still do that. Those were cool.
Those were
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Nah, those were dope.
yeah, like those. I wish those would come.
I'm telling you, bro, you were sending them.
Oh,
Did you feel it?
Oh, he was done.
He was done.
It was wrap match.
It was absolutely over, and I could see him kind of wanting to be like
Yeah,
bail out
no.
somewhere, but it was nowhere to go. He was
Right.
just like,
And like that was literally the thing because I felt it tore on the step. Like, and I was just like, oh,
Oh, you was like, I just
I just gotta get, I just like
Hey.
that's how it was. It was like I was like, oh, like I can finish it and the match will be over. I'll still get like the paycheck,
Yeah.
because I'm gonna need it.
I
now. Like,
need
feel
something to
this.
come with.
Yeah.
I gotta leave here with
I feel
something.
this now.
I gotta get this
right.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it was no, that did not feel good. But no, like he was locked in. He was buckled up, gas and air flight, and there was a defect.
The wings
the
Faulty wing.
The pilot, yeah. The pilot has went down, folks.
Gonna be a little bit of delay here.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
like you seen Flight.
Yeah.
Like with Denzel, like pilot's done, bro. Like
Denzel was getting lit on there, boy.
That was unfortunate.
Hey, and this is a question for you though, but when you wrestled Kyle Snyder in, I think it was the last time y'all wrestled. Was it the last time y'all wrestled the time that he got hurt?
Yeah.
Okay. With that, what was going through your head with like him, like basically, I feel like some people will see it as like, I mean, he probably was hurt. I don't know, but I'm saying like some people see it as like, oh, he just was trying to get out of a match. Like, what were you going through like that? Because honestly, if you go back and look at the tape, and I've had some people talk to me about it and be like, oh, well, they were like lucky points. But I think that, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you had scored a push out and you scored a takedown, right?
Takedown and then
a push out.
He got hurt on the push out.
On the push out, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you was looking good in that. Like, what was because I feel like with me, like if I've had like, you know, had this guy that we basically been having battles with since basically college, right? And this guy is like top in the world, like considered like the best in the world. And, you know, I go out and I'm wrestling how I think I should be wrestling. And then out of nowhere, like it's just, okay, like did you get that satisfaction of a win or was it more?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
It did not feel the same. And like Coach Fernando, like we had been doing like all the, you know, the vitaminas, like Cuban type workouts.
Yeah, yeah.
And like it was just again like I talked about, like just a pureness in terms of how you approach the wrestling, how you approach the workouts. Like
Right.
I didn't really want to be anywhere else at that point except for the wrestling room and training and making sure like, all right, like if all this is gonna come to a head and whatever's gonna break down over here, this is the one space that I've always found like solace in. But like, yeah, like it did not give you like the satisfaction. It's like my thing was like as many times I've wrestled Kyle, so we've wrestled 9 times.
3 in college?
No, 2 in college.
2 in college.
7 freestyle. And I got the 2 folk style wins. He had 6 of all the final X's or world team trials. So 17 world team trials runs me off the mat, basically. 2 techs. 18, there weren't 2 techs, but he still dominated and controlled the spaces. 19, same thing. He still controlled and dominated the spaces, right?
Yeah.
And so I felt like, but like I would have spots, right? But like it wasn't like a consistent 6-minute spot that I needed to get to that level, right? And so it was like I needed a full match. I needed to see how a full match played out, you know, like because like you can your mind can trick you and be like, oh, like no, you're there, you're ready, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I always thought I was ready, right? Like I always thought I was ready. Outside of maybe like 17,
right?
Like where I just felt like I respected like what he had accomplished since the last time we wrestled too much. I always thought I was ready to go beat him, and then the results showed I wasn't, you know. And so in 20, it was like I'm ready. Like I switched things up. Like the attention to the technical aspect of it, to the conditioning, the strength, like just felt totally different because like I had changed, I guess, a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Like just like the investment, the vitaminas, you know, things like that.
Crazy workouts too.
Yeah. And for it to like not be able to like see it like play out, like, okay, if I get up, you know, 5-0 and then he walks me down, all right, you know, like that's a different conversation.
Right.
But like I didn't ever got to know how it was gonna play out.
Yeah.
And so like that mentally like messed with me a little bit.
I was gonna say I always hated that for you.
Yeah.
For a while.
So like, I didn't get to like feel it, but like, you know, like there's people like, oh, like no, like you got him, you had him that day, like you had it, and I'm like, yeah, like that sounds good, but I also then took man and threw him off the stage one time. You know,
Yeah.
and it felt good. But then what happened? The whole,
Yeah,
the whole
the
like,
rest
of it.
so like
Yeah.
that was your 30-second. You popped off for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And then
Right.
this man went and scored 7 points on you. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
like so like for myself and for like my confidence and for me to like kind of like shed that like snake skin, I guess, where it's like, oh, I'm here now. Like I'm back.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm back and I'm better, you know.
Yeah.
But like, you know, life is life, you know. Who knows? Maybe we get to do it again.
Yeah. Hey, that'd be. We can set something up.
You know, for the right price. Yeah. Man. So Marcus, for you now, like now that you're coaching, and you're gonna do trials, you got like the Olympic trials qualifier in December.
Yep.
Olympic trials April 19th, 20th. State College, Pennsylvania. Opening ceremonies of the Olympics July 26th, 2024 in Paris. Like what outside of the the
Charlotte RTC.
Yeah, Charlotte RTC. Yeah. What support do you have? Like, are you with Titan Mercury, Sunkiss, or anything of that nature?
It's in the works. I'm trying to figure some stuff out, but yeah, hopefully to get signed by or try to join with one of them clubs would be ideal. You know, to help. You know, it is the travel costs, gear, whatever. Yeah. So it's in the works. So Nate's helped me. He's well connected.
Right,
so
right. Has relationships.
yeah, yep.
I got you. All right. Well, I'm excited, man, to watch your progression continue. You know, like 24 is still young, in this sport, I believe. Even with the younger kids coming up, but like I'm excited to watch that progression, not just as an athlete, but as you transition it over to being a coach.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Yep. Thank you.
So.
Yeah, we all excited, man. All Iowa State alums.
Yeah.
Love to see the boys doing good.
Oh,
man. But
All right. Well, let's do kind of like our rapid fire. We asked you a few different questions, and you just answer them either with one word or like one sentence of like what you're feeling. So
let's do it.
We'll pop them off quick. You got first on
All
top?
right, I'll try to go quick. We'll see though.
Kevin Dresser.
Great guy.
Iowa State wrestling.
Love.
Ames.
Home.
Davidson wrestling.
New home.
Erica Andorf.
Mother.
Freestyle wrestling.
Starting to love.
Favorite food.
Burgers.
Okay.
Favorite artist.
Man, you can't do that. I'll go Drake. I'll go Drake.
What is the best wrestling advice you ever received?
Go be you.
Ooh, I don't even want to say nothing after that.
I was